In this gameplay of Marvel Champions, we're going to be taking up Wolverine against Project Wideawake. So here's the deck I'm going to be using. We have all of Wolverine's cards here. And then I have 3 copies of Full Body Charge because I'm looking to just use the claws, get big damage with piercing on this Sentinel. 3 copies of Plan the Attack, or 2 Plan the Attack, no, sorry, 3 here of Plan the Attack so that we can find our key attack events that we need for the strategy to work. 2 Skilled Strikes because it'll just be some extra damage. We got Clobber for some more attack events. Relentless Assault will help if we get flooded by some Sentinel minions. Moment of Triumph can heal us back up. Sunfire is good because there's a couple attachments in here. Triage can heal me up and maybe get a block off. And then chase them down, just in case we need a little bit of thwarting. And then we have our 3 double resources, 2 Power of Aggressions, and 2 aggressive energies, which will make our attack events do more damage, and Audacity, which just deals the damage to the villain for spending it. I've already got the Sentinels mostly set up. Let's do a shuffle here. And while I'm shuffling up my deck, I'll read through the Sentinels. So it says contents, Sentinel 1 and 2, Project Wideawake, 0 tolerance and standard sets, 1 modular set, Sentinels. So set each captive ally aside, reveal the Operation 0 tolerance and Mutants at the Mall side scheme. So we got Operation 0 tolerance here, which has 3 threat on it, and Mutants at the Mall, which has 4 on it, with an acceleration icon. And when defeated, the first player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a Sentinel minion and reveals it. Flip this card to put Jubilee into play, discarding any other version of Jubilee from play. And then we have Abduction Protocols, which is revealed by this Sentinel here. It says the first player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a copy of the Abduction Protocol side scheme and reveals it. So that has Crisis, and when defeated, the player who defeated this side scheme takes 1 random set-aside captive ally and puts it into play under their control. Okay, got the deck. We got the deck shuffled up there. We have 10 hit points. The Sentinel has 16 and a tough status card. Got my claws in play. I'm in Alter Ego. Alter Ego here. And then I'll shuffle up the Sentinels, and then we can start the gameplay. Oh. Okay, encounter deck's going to go over there. Knight of the Sentinels goes to 1B and starts with 1 threat per player. And then Operation 0 tolerance gains permanent, so we can't defeat that. And it says force response after threat is placed here. If there's at least 5 per player threat here, the first player places the top card of their deck face down under Operation 0 tolerance, then remove 5 player threat from this scheme. And Operation 0 tolerance says after an enemy attacks and defeats an ally, place that ally face down under this scheme. Luckily, we don't have a lot of allies in this deck, so hopefully that doesn't matter. Okay, so we drew up to our hand size here. We got Sunfire. There's no attachments out currently. Berserker's Barrage can do a lot of damage here. Moment of Triumph. Don't think we're going to defeat anything on this turn. Maybe keep Clobber and Berserker Barrage. And do we keep Sunfire? I don't know. I'm not really looking to yeah, I don't think I want to keep Sunfire. I just want to play a bunch of attack events and then attack the villain. And yeah, so I'll draw 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we have Berserker Frenzy, which says after Wolverine takes any amount of damage from an enemy attack, draw 1 card. Force response after you flip to Alter Ego form, discard this card. So that could be good. We got Power of Aggression and Clobber, which could also be nice. Okay, so my set of ability was to search my deck and discard power for the claws and put it into play, and that's this whole rules debacle. I just started with the claws in play. Okay, so I'll flip up into hero. Now what do we want to do? I think we can start by just playing Clobber using the claws, because then we'll get piercing. So it says exhaust Wolverine's claws, choose an attack event in your hand, and take damage equal to its printed cost. Play that event, ignoring its resource cost. That attack gains piercing. So exhaust the claws, we take 2 damage. And then that deals 3 damage with piercing to the Sentinel. And this does play it, right? Yeah, play that event. And Clawburst says, deal 3 damage to an enemy. If this is the first card you've played this round, which it was, return this card to your hand. So it comes back to our hand. And now we can play Clawburst again using the power of aggression. We discard this. It doubles the number of resources this card generates while paying for an aggression card, which is going to be nice. And then Clawburst will deal 3 more damage. And then we can play our Berserker's Frenzy. Yeah, we might as well play this. The card draw could help. And this is the one where after Wolverine takes any amount of damage from an enemy attack, draw a card. And then do I hold this in my hand? I think we do hold this. Okay. Wolverine will attack for 2 on the Sentinel. Okay. Now you're ready up. Drop to our hand size. 3, 4, 5. Lunging strike here and regenerative healing. That's going to be nice. Okay. So main scheme goes up by 1. And after threat is placed here, there's a force response. If there's at least 5, there isn't. And actually, there's one more because of this Mutants at the Mall side scheme. And then we're going to get attacked by the Sentinel for a 2+1 boost card. 2, 3 damage from that boost icon. And that triggers Berserker's Frenzy. After Wolverine takes any amount of damage from an enemy attack, draw 1 card. So we can draw a card. Oh, a double. That's really nice here. Then we get 1 encounter card, which will be Relentless Robots. So another side scheme. Each player engaged with the Sentinel minion cannot thwart this scheme. It has 3 per player. And a hazard icon. Okay. How do we want to do this? So, player phase begins. After the player's phase begins, heal 2 damage. So we heal 2 with Wolverine. And then, no minions out, so I'll use Chase Them Down to play regenerative healing. Wait, sorry. I don't want to do that quite yet because I still have too much health. Is there a way that we can get the defeat on Berserker Barrage? Deal 4 damage from an enemy if that attack defeats you. Take. Okay. I can deal 5. 2. No, I can't. I don't have a way of dealing the correct amount of damage to where this. This attack does gain overkill. But yeah, that's not as useful. Okay. Let's start by just paying 3 to play Lunging Strike. Deal 8 damage to an enemy. If you exhausted Wolverine's claws to play this card, this attack gains overkill. So it deals 8 damage to the Sentinel. Bring the Sentinel all the way to 0 health. Revealing the second Sentinel with steady and toughness. When revealed, the first player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a copy of Abduction Protocol side scheme and reveals it. Shuffle and deal each other player an encounter card. So search for the Abduction Protocol side scheme. Here's another one. Okay. And so there's two more crisis icons. 2 crisis icons, a hazard icon, and an acceleration icon. That's a lot of icons. And this has 2 threat, hinder 2. So 4 on it. And then this Sentinel is tough with 18 health. Okay. Now, oh, I don't want to forget that tough status card. Now, you can use Wolverine's Claws, exhaust it, and take, exhaust Wolverine's Claws, choose an attack event in your hand. So we'll choose Berserker's Barrage, and take damage equal to its printed cost, which is 2. Bringing us down to 5 health. And deals 4 damage to an enemy, with piercing from the claws going through this. It didn't defeat an enemy, so I don't get that extra bonus there. And then I can pay 1 to get regenerative healing, healing me up to 9. And then Wolverine can attack for 2 onto the Sentinel. Okay. Now the final question is, do we want to flip down to Alter Ego? If we flip down to Alter Ego, we lose this. But is there a chance that we get defeated here? We have 9 health. They're going to attack. We'd have to get like double attacked. I don't know. Let's just risk it and stay in hero form. Draw up the hand size. 5 hand size. And then it's going to be Sentinel's turn. Main scheme goes up by 2. So after placing threat here, there's at least 5. There is. The first player puts top card of the deck face down under Operation Zero Tolerance. So it goes under there. Then remove 5 for player threat from the scheme. So remove that. And 3 more than the number of players. So we can get to 4 there. Sentinel attacks us for 3 plus a boost. Boost, attach this card to the villain. So has +1 scheme and gains retaliate 1. Oh, that's not good. So that was just 3 damage. We get dealt 2 encounter cards because there's a hazard icon out. First one, when revealed, choose, place the top card of your deck face down under Operation Zero Tolerance. Oh, also, I took damage from attack, so I get to draw a card. Or the villain and each minion engaged with you attacks you, even if you're an alter ego. I'll just put the top card of my deck under Operation Zero Tolerance. Now this one, Sentinel with Quick Strike. Doesn't have guard though, so we take 2 damage. And that triggers our Berserker Frenzy again. We took damage from an enemy attack, so we draw a card. Berserker's Barrage. Okay, let's do some calculations here. We have to do 12 damage. Do we have 12 damage here? It has retaliate. Oh, so I don't want to forget. After the player phase begins, heal 2 damage. So we're up to 6. Clobber. We could play that. We're going to play Skilled Strike. And then Slice and Dice could be 3. So it'd be 3, 6, 9. That's enough. But can we afford that? So Clobber we could pay for with the claws. And then this comes out. And then we have 3 for Slice and Dice. Looks like we got it here. So let's pay for Clobber by exhausting the claws and taking 2 damage. Deals 3 damage to an enemy. And since it's the first card that we played, it returns to our hand. And then I want to use Plan of Attack here. Search the top 4 cards of my deck for an attack event. We didn't get one. Okay. Let me put it back and shuffle. I was just hoping for a bigger blast, but it's fine. Okay, we have a Skilled Strike, Berserker's Barrage. The only thing about Slice and Dice is, let's start with the Skilled Strike. That's going to be 4 damage. And we take a retaliate again. And now we have to do 5 damage, which we can do with our slice and dice. So we play slice and dice. We can spend 3. Make the following 2 attacks in order to deal 3 damage to an enemy. The Sentinel. We take retaliate 1. And then we deal 3 damage to an enemy. Bringing the Sentinel down to 0 health. And since we defeated the Sentinel there, we don't have to take the retaliate. Yeah, that was a really fun gameplay. I hope you enjoyed this, and also I have this new setup going, and it's the first time I've ever done it, so let me know in the comments if you prefer kind of this angle, where it looks like kind of my perspective of playing, or if you prefer the top-down version. I'm curious to know, because I think that I personally prefer this one, because it's a lot easier from my perspective, and also I think it looks better. Like the camera, the colors seem way more clear. The like glare and shadows are easier to deal with. But yeah. And if you like the video, again, like, comment, subscribe, stay zesty, and I'll see you next time.